Hey guys, Matt Stafford, Senior Home Business. I'm doing this video from the Central Coast of California. My wife and I just rented a 2,100 square foot penthouse for the next couple nights. It's unbelievable. And I just want to talk to you today about you elevating your mindset. The reason I'm bringing this topic to you today because 8 years ago, that was not me. I was not elevating my mindset. What I was doing is I was dreaming about things I wanted to do. I was contemplating on those things. I even talked to other people about what I wanted to do, but I never would act on it. And if I did, it was short-lived, meaning I acted on it for a couple of days or a couple of weeks, and that was basically it. Over the last 3 years or so, I've elevated my mindset, meaning that I feel that I deserve all of this and more. And I want to bring you some good news today. You deserve all of this and more. You are extremely valuable. There's only one of you on the face of this planet. And I believe, ultimately, spiritually, you have a destiny that God has ordained for you. And I believe that if you elevate your mindset, you can achieve anything. Now, some of you are already tuning me out. What does this have to do with senior referral business? Number one. Number two, hocus pocus, man. My life is doomed. I don't have any purpose. I don't have any destiny in front of me like I'm seeing right now. I want to disagree with you majorly because if you're still breathing, man, you have an opportunity to fulfill all what you need to do in this lifetime. Don't allow any second, any moment go by without fulfilling your purpose. Man, your purpose has to be higher and greater than your pleasure. And see, that's where some of you are stuck at. I believe this was me 8, 9, 10 years ago. I was stuck at the pleasure point. I always wanted to just go to work, make my money, come home, enjoy the weekend because I deserved that weekend, and begin to, get unfocused on some things I needed to do. And so I want to encourage you today to elevate your mindset. And here's how you do it. Number one, you have to believe you deserve all of this and more, like I said earlier. If you don't believe it, you truly need to start picturing, visualizing this kind of thing. How do you do that? What I do is I go on the YouTube, just like you are right now, and I'll search out some different homes, multi-million-dollar homes. I go on to certain other websites and look at properties that are for sale that have this kind of atmosphere, things that my wife and I would enjoy and want to be, and we're growing, expiring in that area. And so we go in there and just look. And so you just do that kind of thing. That's kind of the first step in the visualization and elevating your mindset is to start looking at stuff like this, start dreaming like this, because see, ultimately your thoughts, your energy, and your actions need to be congruent with your outcome, with your values, and what you want to do in life. If your thoughts, energy, and actions are not congruent with those things, you'll never get there. So what happens is you're stuck because your thoughts are not congruent with your outcome. So if you're even thinking about something like this, that you want to go and rent a 2,100 square foot penthouse, but you go, oh man, I can't afford it. So you start thinking about other things, and then you start thinking about, maybe it's a car you want to buy. You start thinking about going out on the weekend instead of putting your energy and your actions in line with what you want. So you have to get your mindset elevated. Start looking at stuff like this, number one. Number two, what you can start doing is visiting places like this. That will elevate your mindset. So not only watching it on YouTube and other websites, but you actually go to these places. And then you would say, well, I can't do that because I don't have the bread, man. I don't have the money. And that's okay. You know what? I didn't have the money a number of years ago. And what I figured out, actually I heard this from someone, I believe it was Ed Milet, he said on one of his videos is, man, what you need to do is go touch these places. You need to go to these fancy 5-star hotels, kind of like where we're at right now, this 2,100 square foot penthouse. You need to go to these places, go eat at the best restaurants, go to the best places you want to go to. But then again, the question comes, well, how do I do that if I don't have any money? What you need to do is save, okay? I don't believe in saving money because there's a lot of different reasons I don't believe in saving money. I mean, the bank lends out 10 times the amount you save. This doesn't make sense, but for this scenario, it kind of does make sense. Start stashing a few dollars aside, $100 here, $50 here, whatever, until you get to the place where you can actually go somewhere like this. Now, it might not be 10 hours away. It might not require, flying somewhere, but it will maybe just driving 2 hours to get to where you want to go. And it may not be water behind you, it might be mountains behind you, whatever your vision is, right? Because you've seen this picture. Now you're elevating your mindset because you've seen it. Now you're actually going to these places. And what happens, there's the mysterious thing that happens. When you go to these places, you start feeling like you belong here. My wife just said that a couple hours ago. We were sitting in this penthouse, just enjoying the amenities of this home, and it's got a full-blown kitchen, and it's got, industrialized refrigerator, it's got a stove, it's got everything, right? And a spare bedroom, the walk-in closet's huge, and this patio, everything's great about it, right? But she said a couple hours ago, she goes, we belong here. And see, we wouldn't have said that probably 5, 6, 7 years ago, because we were still looking at this stuff on the internet. We were still looking at pictures and videos, right? But to elevate your mindset, that's a good first step. But now you need to start going these places. Now, my wife and I have been going to these places for a while. We stopped for the last 9 months because she broke her back and went through went through surgery, therapy, things like that. So she's about 85, 90% now. So we're able to start going back and doing some of these things. But financially, we could afford this for the last 3 years or so. But it took a little bit, right? It's not something that's overnight. And I want to say that because I don't want you beating yourself up if you can't go to these places right away. Just concentrate your thoughts and your visualization time on watching videos, right? Pictures, not just me on TV right now on your computer, but watching other videos of different places you like. Because see, I love the coast. I love the water. I love the beach. I'm a white boy, but I still love the beach. And I say that in all, I'm just as white as they can be. And I'll burn 4 or 5 times before I get any form of tan, tone to my skin. So, but that might not be your game, and that's okay. It might be the mountains, it might be a lake, it might just be a great, neighborhood that's 4 bedrooms, 2 baths, whatever it is. But specificity will lead you to clarification, right? So get clarity by being very specific in what you want. So, and then start watching videos, number 1. Number 2, actually go to these places. And so let's say you wanted that 4 bedroom, 2 bath house in a great neighborhood. Well, how could you go there? Well, you might have some friends that live there. If not, take you and your spouse, or just you if it's, you're single, and drive in that neighborhood. Take some visits, take a tour of the model home, or maybe a home that's for sale, something like that, and just go in these homes. And that's huge. So that's the second way, right? So you visualize it by pictures and video. Number 2, you actually go to these places. And number 3, to actually get there and elevate your mindset, is start appropriating your resources into these things. So not only saving money to go on a short trip, but you actually start putting money aside and believing by faith that that's going to occur, that you're actually going to buy that 4 bedroom, 2 bath house, or you're going to buy a house on the beach. You start putting money there because that's how you make the vision come alive. If you don't start stashing some money aside, you're just dreaming, right? Back in the day, it was kind of like just daydream. People were just daydreaming. I did a lot of daydreaming in school, right? I didn't like school that much, so I would love just to daydream. But in actuality, you've got to have your dream come to reality. And if you're going to do that, you've got to start putting some resources aside, earmark that money for that specific thing that you want. So that's 3 ways you can elevate your game, your mindset. I would encourage you to do that. I would encourage you, if you're having a problem with your mindset, in terms of believing for these things that you deserve it, man, that's kind of first and foremost. I can help you out with that. I'm a business coach. I help people out with their mindset, help them out with their business. We also have a course, the Senior Referral Academy, that we have students in 32 different states teaching them how to operate their own business, get you in less than $200 a month, that kind of thing. If that's of interest to you, if it is, hit the link below. We'd love to talk to you. Until next time, God bless.